Hey, so welcome back to the channel. And you guessed it, we're making the episode 3 review right now. Right, I wanted to do it right off the bat because for me it's the weakest in the series so far of the three episodes we got. First off, we're back again to a little more than half an hour runtime. Yes, last week was about too good to be true, I guess, to be asking for that. But I really don't like the inconsistency in the length of the episodes, man. Pick one lane. This is you're driving between half an hour and 1 hour. Give me 1 hour or give me close to that. I mean, okay, but I can live with shorter episodes, and I'll explain why. Because even if it's a 6 of a 10, the weakest in the series so far, I think there is some good highlights. There is some good highlights and there is some good points, and I'm gonna tell you basically right now. And the first one is, of course, Machete. Machete, Danny Trejo, making his first appearance in the show as a Rancor trainer, and yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to have him. At first, I thought he was going to be like a silent character because he doesn't speak immediately, but hey, we're getting there. We're getting there, so it's fine. The second of it all, second highlight is not Mushi because it's a boy. He's got something right here, but we don't see it. But this is what we're looking forward to. It was a rumor in the whole preseason, and it's going to happen because Boba said so. I want to learn to ride this mean boy, and we're gonna get some Rancor riding. That's great. That's great. I'm really excited and looking forward to see Boba that. But this show so far is getting me excited for stuff, not actually showing me stuff. And that's what I'm a little pissed off about. The next thing I liked about this show, about the episode, was the fight with Black Chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum grabs my boy Boba out of the Boba tank. He beats the pulp out of them. He beats the pulp. He even... The Gamorreans come at some point, and he gets for himself some bit of green bacon, baby. Now that's some mean tasting meat, but I'm not gonna be the judge of that. I've eaten in Five Guys, so yeah, no, basically. And but then the gang that Boba Fett has recruited is helping him, and somehow they subdue him because Fennec Shand shows up. I think Fennec Shand was really the real bodyguard in this episode. She was badass. She did most of the hard work, which in itself is a bit of criticism. But the fight with Black Chrysanthemum was incredible. Trapping in him on the Rancor pit when it was still empty. That was something else, alright. It was a good fight. Brief, I'm gonna give you. It was short and to the point, but good. It was really good. And then, in a flashback this week, we see Boba Fett getting a bantha. We see him meeting the Pikes again, and tragedy strikes because the Tusken Rider village is exterminated. We don't see the lady with the gaffi stick dead, though. I think many we were commenting in the Star Wars theory watch party, and we didn't get to see the man, so that was pretty weird. The lady, I mean, the chief of the tribe, the chieftain is slain, the tribe is slain, the banthas are slain, but we live like a bantha. Anyways, so yeah, that's a bit of the high points. No, the flashback was short and meaningful. Basically, it was made to the point, and it made a lot of sense. And then again come the low points. And the low points is basically Boba's gang is this. We are... At first he gets pointers, oh, there's a gang of punks that are stealing my water, it's a commodity here in Tatooine and on Tatooine and whatnot. And I like that the guy is the same guy that did the Man in a High Castle, so it's a renowned actor and such, and it's been in a lot of stuff, really. I really appreciate the actor. Can't remember the name for the life of me right now, but yeah, you know who I mean. It's the water broker in this episode. And then Boba goes to meet these guys with the space mopeds. and he says, you don't have work? Come work for me. And he's got good instincts because shit's about to go on. Black Chrysanthemum's about to hit my place. So there he goes. He recruits them, and they're kind of cyberpunk guys looking, they replace their body parts with droid parts and stuff. Well, it's a nod to other universes and such. I don't particularly love it, but it kind of makes sense, I don't know. It kind of makes sense. But okay, fine. So you got some goons in there. And they have like a chase scene with the majordome of the mayor, and they pull it off, they manage to stop him. Okay, so they're not completely useless. That's fine. But it's like, you expect something else. But well, they explain in the episode a bit how the situation is, politically wise, so it's the underworld, how it is, how there's families running Mozespa and everything. But well, it's really not that delved into, because all you can focus is the moped gang. And another thing that I don't like for Boba necessarily, but I like for Na-Wen, is that she gets to play the badass. But in detriment of Boba, which is the legend character. So... And that's a little bit sad, I mean, do you have to steal the spot all the time? She looks mean all the time, and she is a mean actress. I like that about Na-Wen. But this is the Boba Fett, the book of Boba Fett, man. Show me some Boba shooting, killing people. This is so Disney in the end. So, I don't know. I mean... Boba is acting more and more like a detached boss. He's the one who rules and decides, but he's not a badass in here, or at least in this episode, I'd say. And what I like is that Fennec Shand is pushing him there. I mean, you can be an idealist all you want, but the underworld is not your Tusken tribe. Your Tusken tribe got decimated. It's time you get real and you start kicking some ass. And I think she's getting there. I'm not... Oh, this... Right. That's it. The boss. The bosses, the Hutts, are not going to be the main antagonists. And that is a major setback for this show. This is a major setback because they... And not specifically these two, but the Hutts as a council, as a species, rule a fraction of space that's pretty huge. It's a good corner of the galaxy. And that's been going on for millennia, because these guys, they live for hundreds of years. And they stayed on the sidelines from the Sith, from the Republic, from everything. They ruled a criminal empire that was a real empire. And these two are gonna give up Tatooine just like that? I don't believe it for a second. Neither Boba believes so, because he says they're just gonna let their enemies turn each other apart. And maybe they're right. They outlive most of their enemies. So I think this is a false retreat. They're giving him the rancor. in theory they said, yeah, you can sell Black Chrysanthemum now that you captured him, but Boba goes and set him free. So either that comes to bite him in the ass, which I don't think so, or he's making an ally for later. I mean, Black Chrysanthemum just ran away now. He's not gonna stay as a prisoner. He's not gonna stay as a free man. He just, he runs away. He's a badass in his own right. That fight was incredible. I tell you, it was the best part of the episode. But there we go. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But I was a little turned down. If you ask me, about not having the Hutts as main antagonist. I think the Pike Syndicate will eventually be defeated by Boba. I don't know how yet, because if it is with the Moped Gang, I wouldn't count on it. The Nikto, maybe, the biker gang may be involved. We'll see if they survive the flashbacks, because it was pretty well established that it was the biker gang that went after the Tusken Raiders. So this is gonna be a glorious battle again for the next episode. So yeah, basically this episode, it's a bit of a letdown, if you ask me. It's a bit of a letdown, and I want to see what happens next, honestly. But because this was such a downer in the end, and thank God we got the fight with Black Chrysanthemum and such, and maybe the car chase if you want. That was a solid 8, if you ask me. But I don't know. I don't like the direction this is headed. There's too few episodes to close this thing in a satisfactory manner, and I think they will be kind of forced, if they want to progress with the story, they will be kind of forced to make a season 2, which is good for Robert Rodriguez, again. But we'll see. So far, I want next week's episode to be better than this, honestly, because even last episode with a lot of flashback and a lot of setting the story was better than this. So we'll see how it goes. For one, I'm excited, and I really hope that the show keeps catching on the pace, because so far it's too little, too slow, and in too small doses. So let's go for it, and I will see all of you later.